bundles. J-dawg back with another goddamn video. In today's video, we're going over the next goddamn fucking Devils in Line, which they're on the thrash and speed, make the poser eardrums bleed video, and put in the goddamn comments. You know what that fucking line's from. Be shocked how many of you might actually fucking know it. It's on a banger. It's on a total fucking banger. Maybe one of my favorite thrash songs of all time. I'm not going to say my top 2 or 3, but it's a fucking one up there. Definitely from the 2000s. So let me know if you know what that's even fucking from. 948 views 2 weeks ago. Still under that 1K mark, god damn it. Comments 109 though. Let's see what the fuck's in here. Manuel Schizodisg. Best split of all time, In the Name of Gore by Hemdale Exhumed. Watch out for that LP coming on of Hell's Headbangers, brah. It's gonna fucking tear your face off. Just fucking trying to work out the kinks in the layout. But definitely looking forward to myself. And many people have said that best fucking grind fucking split of all time. So an LP of it will be fucking sweet. Porn Spawn 666 seems like you just give me a little bit of story time. J-dawg, when I was 12, 13, Slipknot and Korn was my shit. Shortly after I found out about death metal, black metal, and grindcore, at that point I didn't care to listen to anything lighter. I think I remember you saying that's kind of how you were with heavy metal, but I totally get what you're saying about kids trying to relate to you that weren't into the same shit at all. I don't get why people are having a hard time understanding that. Yeah, that's the best way exactly. Like that's what those bands are good for too. It's the gateway, it's a starting point. I mean, to me, the people that are appalled by that, it's almost like, that's a Korn and shit and Slipknot. Yeah, cool. That's for kids. Start off when you're little kids, and that's the training wheels to ease you into the real shit. I guess that's all they're good for. It's like, to me, it's kind of like when you're like 6, 7 years old. If all you saw was the scariest thing you saw was that goddamn show Goosebumps. I'm sure all you guys in the 90s know what I'm fucking talking about. And you thought that was scary as fuck. But then you go into your 20s, 21, 22, 23, and you're going up to a horror convention or going up to a guy with a fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt or really underground horror shit, which true horror, like, you think you're in the same shit, like, oh, I like scary shit too. They would look at you like, what are you, 5? Like, why would you even like talk? Like, what that's like for kids? That's how I look at those fucking shitty ass. That's how I look at Pantera and shit. It's as wimpy as fucking Goosebumps is in comparison. Pantera is as wimpy as Goosebumps is, comparing it to fucking Mortician, Immolation, Incantation, Hemorrhage. You know what I mean? It's just that it just is. It just flat out is. And that's the way I look at it. So that's what. Never even thought about that analogy to now. That's kind of in the back of my mind. Yeah, when they were coming up to me. You like this light pussy shit that's commercialized as fuck, and the only reason you know about that is because that's what was jammed down your throat. This heavy shit ain't for you. That's how I took it. So yeah, but if it gateways you into it, that's what they're good for. Well, we must have been talking about Slipknot or something, because goddamn, people are bringing them up in here. Still talking about these fucking homos? Fuck, well, we can talk about them if that's what you guys want to talk about. Let's see what we got here. Richard Wolf, hey J-dawg, here's a hypothetical for you. What if you had a true death metal band or black thrash and you played a big fest with commercial bands and someone from Slipknot or some other band you despise approached you, tells you they're a fan and want to join you on stage? What do you say to them? If they were a fan of everything I'd done, I would think of Hell's or whatever. Hell, what the fuck else have I ever done in this world? It's just Hell's, right? But if they were a fan of like Hell's Headbangers bands and, they place orders and they're, that's awesome. I'd be flattered about that. I definitely appreciate all the fucking, fans and supporters. So, they'd get kudos for that. But, I'm not getting on stage with, what the fuck? I don't know if I'd get on stage with guys I do like, no less fucking some guys that I don't. But, I would just have to politely decline on that part. But everything else would be, oh, cool. Thanks, man. Little Lover 90, J-dawg, what albums have some of your favorite drum sounds? I really like the drumming on most Misery Index albums. I like the way that the toms sound. As far as just strictly sound, one of my favorite sounds of all time for drums is Immolation, The Failures for Gods, and Close to a World Below, specifically those two. I just love how the actual sound of the drums are. Early Sinisters are close second, too. Just blast how they sounded. They just sounded, they were a blast, but they didn't sound like everybody else. They just sounded different. Those are the first two that come to my mind. Oh shit, Carl House Satan. Didn't I do a video one for you earlier? It's got 2 questions. He puts in bold too. So Like how this guy how this guy asks. It's nice and fucking nice and obvious. Hey J-Dawg, goddammit, question one. When all you heard were people shitting all over a particular album, did you ever go to hear it anyway and think this is actually a great record? Are they nuts? Yeah, with Jim and Don. I told plenty of fucking stories on that. First band that comes to my mind is some Sodom albums. Granted, I don't know every Sodom album, but like they never specifically said this one, but like for example, Tapping the Vein, pretty much they said Persecution Mania on is all fucking garbage. And I like Persecution Mania, and I also liked Agent Orange, but I assumed after that it's got to be junk, so didn't listen to anything else for a while. Heard Tapping the Vein, I'm like, this is fucking great. What are these guys talking about? There's a couple others in there too. I think like Dark Angel I talked about too, which I never actually picked up another Dark Angel after Darkness Descends, but I did listen to either Leaf Scars or the other one. I think it was Leaf Scars. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. Halloween was another one too. The first I only listened to I told the story on camera. The part one, part two one. Why is I drawing a blank? You guys don't know how about there's part one. Keys of the keys of the seven gates, or whatever the hell it is. I can't remember if it was part one or part two. I listened to. I'm like, this is pretty fucking good. I thought it was Walls of Jericho, and that's it on the EP before. But Walls of Jericho on the EP. Other than that, fuck that. But I listened to the Keys, one of them, recently. What was it? A few months ago, and I was like, this is. I actually got to listen again. I was like, I liked it to the point where I was like, I would probably go out and buy a CD and LP of this. I was like, this is pretty fucking good. And they always trash that. Jim and Don. Tore it apart like no other. And can you think of an album that fell into that situation with you? Just gave you fucking three of them. Black Sabbath Forbidden was nowhere near as sucky as it always slated to be, and Ice-T didn't even rap. Ice-T's on fucking Black Sabbath? Ice-T didn't even rap. He just spoke for a brief moment. I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about Ice-T and Black Sabbath. Is he on those? I know the Black Sabbath is not a Tony Martin album. I'm not sure if I heard that exact one, but I think the one I heard was Headless Cross. It was actually Dawn of the Dead. It was either Dawn of the Dead or Dan Merle that played for me. And I was always in the impression that nobody told me that. I just assumed that it would suck. And they're like, oh, those albums are great. And they put it on. I'm like, yeah, this is. I mean, I don't know if I thought I didn't think it was great, but I'm like, this is pretty good. I don't know if it was pretty good to the point where I'd go out and buy it, but maybe I had a couple listens. Actually, I would. I heard it once. I'm like, oh, this is way better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm actually kind of enjoying this. Don't know anything about Ice-T, dude. I don't know if that's a topic. I'm a little confused on that. So inform me on that one, brah. Question two. In public, do you bro up if do you bro up if you spot another metalhead, or do you just walk past and not bother? That's actually a really good question. Let me see what he said after this. I think there should always be a code where there is at least a shirt hail or a nod of approval. Being totally blanked makes no sense to me. You might be disappointed that I think I'm the totally blanked guy. But to your defense, I think I said it to Lindsay once or whatever, because we saw a shirt in fucking like, I think it was Giant Eagle or something, which here's a grocery store. But it's like, oh, you didn't say nothing to him, whatever, because it was like, it might have been like, it was an underground band and a respectable one, but one I wasn't a fan of. You know what I mean? Maybe it was like a Dark Throne album I didn't care about. What was the shirt? I think it was actually a grindcore shirt, but like a respectable band for sure. Like, what time are the band's here? Them for sure. So I didn't give the nod. So every time, but this has happened a few times, even when she wasn't around, I've seen it at the gym here and there. But it's always like a respectable metal band, but something I didn't like either care about, or once in a blue moon, I'll see a Cannibal Corpse shirt or a Deicide shirt, which never gave the metal nod to that either, because that don't mean shit to me. If you like Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Slayer, I mean, what the fuck? Am I giving nod to Metallica shirts now all of a sudden too? That just don't count. To me, you heard of I love Cannibal, love Deicide. Well, okay, they're a huge band, and that's not kudos. What I would probably give the nod is if I saw a person, which I never have, outside the metal, obviously it shows, like just walk in the grocery store or at my gym or wherever, public setting. If I saw somebody wearing like an Impale, Dead Shall Dead Remain shirt, a Hemorrhage shirt, Rigor Mortis first album shirt, Repulsion, Horrified shirt, something like that, I think I would then. But I've never seen that. And I think I actually did say it to Lindsay or something like, I mean, maybe there was a time where she saw somebody wearing, I think it was a Deicide. Oh, guy's got a Deicide shirt. And I was like, yeah. You say hi to the guy? I'm like, if he had a putrefaction, painful death demo shirt on, I'd go and say something. I'm not impressed by fucking first Deicide album shirt. Who, to me, that's just automatic. Who don't like that? I mean, that's like saying I like pizza. I mean, yeah, I figured you did. You know what I mean? So I'm not the metal nod guy, but I don't think I've ever been in a scenario to where I thought the nod was deserving. So you don't get a nod for fucking Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, and just big metal bands. You know what I mean? If it was maybe Nunslaughter too, I would say something, but maybe not because it's in Cleveland. If I was out and when I went out to Phoenix, Arizona, for example, if I saw somebody wearing a Nunslaughter shirt there, they'd probably get the metal nod. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, dude, what the fuck? You like Nunslaughter? Maybe something like that. But I never came across that. It's always something where I did see a metal shirt, and it's either, okay, well, the band's huge. They kind of don't count. You still haven't got my approval yet. Or it's a band where I'm like, respectable band, but what am I going to say? Nice shirt. I don't want to be the poser. Well, okay, he's wearing a goddamn fucking whatever shirt. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't even like the band. I was like, they're a respectable band, but I just never got into them. You know what I mean? So I kind of fall in the category you don't like, but to my defense, it was never something where it had the total J-dawg approval yet. So this guy this guy knows what's that. Adam Martin, Victimizer, Nunslaughter, Split Rules. Actually, my favorite Nunslaughter recording. The Nunslaughter recording is awesome on there, raw as fuck. And so is the Victimizer recording. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. Pride of the Zombie Squad on the Victimizer side, fucking love that goddamn song. And I probably like that recording. The Pride of the Zombie Squad recording on there, probably even more than the Final Assault one, because that's definitely one of my favorite Victimizer songs. But yeah, for example, if a guy was wearing if I'm in fucking Giant Eagle or Walmart and I see a guy wearing a fucking Victimizer shirt, he would get him. I would say something to him. I would 100% say something to him. But I've never seen that. So Peter Edelston. Looks like an easy name to pronounce it, but I can't pronounce it. Dumb fuck J-dawg over here. So pardon the goddamn stupidity, rah rah. But welcome to the channel. Don't recognize your name. Hey J-dawg, I bought the Black album when it in 1991 and I was 16. Then I was very disappointed with it and still am. Don't blame you. Like I said, I kind of like it as a guilt. I guess you want to call it guilty pleasure. Again, I haven't listened to it in years, but yeah, wimpy as fuck. I could definitely see me disappointed. Never bought any Metallica after that until Death Magnet, and I gave that away. Death Magnet. Never even heard of that one. I don't even know what that is. What the hell was Slayer thinking when they put out Diabolus? I don't know. It was a homeboy album. That's for goddamn sure. That is an amazingly bad album. Sure, I did hear that album. It sucked balls. You mentioned Sinister a few times. Do you like all Sinister or just early stuff? Me personally, I like all their stuff. I like AAD. I said because I never know what the fuck I pronounce his name. Does a pretty good job as the vocalist now, seeing as he was the drummer in the beginning. Cheers, Pete. So the answer on the Sinister question, which I have talked about it, so I'll go a little fast because I brought up Sinister many times because I'm a huge Sinister fan. I liked up to the last album I liked by Sinister was Creative Killings. My favorite ones were with Mike singing the first 4 albums. After that was Aggressive Measures. That was the tour I saw him on. I think Aggressive Measures is a great album. That's the first album without Mike. And then I did like Creative Killings. The second one, drawing a blank is what it's called, but it's the other one with Rachel singing. I just remember being bored. After that, kind of didn't really pay attention. I did listen to a later one. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This don't sound like Sinister whatsoever. AAD singing I thought was stupid as fuck because I thought his drums were awesome. Like I said earlier about favorite drum sounds. I thought his drum sound was awesome. Like, dude, you need to be behind the drums. Like, you had your own style. I mean, now you're just doing some typical death metal vocals. Who cares? Stay behind the drums. So I didn't like that. Like I said, I remember what later on I heard. I didn't like it at all. I didn't think it sounded anything. It might have been one he was singing on. I don't know. I will say this. I did listen to a later. What might have been their last album or second to last. I put it on at the shop, and I thought it was a decent record. I still thought it wasn't Sinister. It didn't sound like Sinister. It was much better than the other one I remember hearing. Wasn't good enough for me to want to buy it or anything, but I'm like, this is at least it's decent. It's a decent record at least. So that's kind of my take. But Creative Killings down, love them. Diabolical Summoning, I think is one of the because Diabolical Summoning is my favorite album. Cross the Sticks is a close second, but Diabolical Summoning is my favorite of all time. And Diabolical Summoning in general, that's one of my favorite death metal albums of all time. Definitely in the top 20. Anthony Suski, Sadist, Swallowed in Black, All Day, Every Day. Really, you like that over fucking the first album, huh? I have to strongly fucking disagree with that. Death to Posers Forever. Death to Posers demo. The Death to Posers demo on the first album, the debut, are what I like. Swallowed in Black. I haven't listened to that in forever. I just remember being very tame, lame, and unaggressive compared to the first record. Because that's one of that's one of the best thrash albums ever. And even myself, I kind of forget to bring that one up, and at times just draw a blank. But that's one of the best thrash records of all fucking time. And that's what's heavier than Pantera. Yeah, listen to Sadist Illusions. That destroys the entire fucking crap Terra fucking catalog combined. And it was way before then. At least the fucking arm behind the back tough. Anytime you see that shit too, guys, the guy that created that fucking Phil, I'm not into it. Not my kind of metal. That's fucking just, I don't even know what the fuck to call that. Fucking boxers hanging out and shit. Fuck out of here. Not my cup of metal, goddammit. What's heavier than Pantera? Doesn't even know Sadist. Get the fuck out of here. We at 16 minutes, goddammit. Harry Quinn, J-Dawg. I've noticed a lot of members from the older classic bands like Obituary love to do the soy boy face when posing for photos on their social media. What the fuck is up with that? I'm not on social media. I'm not exactly sure what the soy boy face is, but I have a guess. Suppose it's just older men with depleting testosterone levels, I guess. Very possible, and I have no idea what the fuck that's up with. If you got low testosterone levels, you're a fucking dumbass. You should go and get on TRT. If you're not on TRT, you're borderline fucking retarded. Unless you actually get your levels checked and you're in your optimal range. And optimal range doesn't mean you're at 350, even though it's in range. You should be around 800 to 900. If you're not, you're fucking stupid. Because your quality of life, you're missing the fuck out. So yeah, if you're over age 30, get those goddamn total test levels checked. Total test levels, ultra sensitive estradiol levels, DHT, free testosterone levels. Get those checked. You want to be kicking ass in life? Have those all on par. Oh, and by the way, too, no junk ass fucking supplements gonna put you in optimal range on this shit. So yeah. If you need fucking help on that, contact old J-Dawg. Point in the right direction. But yeah, get that ordered from your doctor, goddammit. You'll be thanking J-Dawg a month later, guaranteed. You're gonna fucking feel way better, look better, everything. Goatman, goddammit, he's on board with Victimizer is phenomenal. Goddamn, fuck. Finally, Goatman likes something other than black metal. Big fan of those dudes. Yeah, they're great. Nobody brings them up. And that smokes fucking crap Terra too. What do you think the future of thrash is? Is it doomed to repeat the same thing over and over? I mean, yes and no. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess so. But is it doomed? I mean, what the fuck else are they going to do? It's kind of like that's the set, style of music, thrash metal. If they're going to play something different, then it's no longer thrash metal, right? But I bet it's not doomed. I would say the same thing about fucking even heavy metal. You know what I mean? It's going to be. It's got to have, for example, I think I think Savage Master is a great fucking heavy metal band. It's nothing new and original, but they have good quality songs and I enjoy it. But it's like, is it doomed? No, it's just a new band and they play good songs. You know what I mean? So it's like if they want to play that style, yes, this has been done because we're 40 years later to the game, right? So I don't know if it's doomed, but yeah, it's probably not going to reinvent the wheel. And if you do, then it's probably not going to consider thrash metal, right? So it's what it is. I don't look at it as a bad thing, though. Joe Dinkins, question. A while back, you mentioned a poser that was in the process of getting out of metal. My question is, has he gotten out yet? And if not, how long does this process take? Three replies to him. Sounds like I don't know. I mean, yeah, not sure to be honest. Is he pushed a lot? Who knows? I mean, I didn't follow up, and to me, when I hear that, I kind of just like not too surprised anymore either, because in general, like I mean, I'm sure you guys had Joe. You're older than me, if I'm not mistaken. Most positive, you said you're in your 40s. I'm sure you've seen tons of people come and go. I just kind of between the metal scene and going to the gym, I've seen so many people come and go. I just kind of expect it. You know what I mean? Like when somebody says, when I see a new devil get in the metal scene, or if I see someone getting to working out and let's say they've been going for 3, 5, 6 months, even a year, and they're pretty serious. Even a year, and they're pretty serious. They're not missing days and shit. I still tell myself, We'll see in 10 years. Because if I'm betting money, if I had to bet money, Vegas is taking bets, $10,000. Are you betting for or against this person? Regardless who the person is, I'm betting against them. Why? Because if I was to take that bet 10 times, at least 8 of the times I would win. Lose to, okay, so that's 10 times 10, 10 grand times 10 bets. That'd be 100 grand. I would have lost 20 grand, but I'm up 80, right? That's the way I see it because that's just the way it is. They're there if they fall out. And but that goes for the metal scene too. When I see some 19-year-old getting into it, he's passionate and shit. Still gonna be into this at 30? Probably not. He's gonna have a day job. He's gonna get married. He's gonna get hooked up. He's gonna have kids. He's gonna have other responsibilities. Blah 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 blah. And he's just gonna be listening to fucking Rover's Morning Glory and goddamn who's that idiot that everybody listens to? That podcast, biggest podcast. What's Joe Rogan? Stupid shit like that. And watching the news and listening to current events and listening to politics and dumb shit. So you get on the shows, you'd be wearing metal shirts, you'd be buying records. Probably not. But again, 2 out of 10, maybe. So I bet against them every single time. So I don't follow up on the guys that are getting out of it because, again, I kind of just expect it. And I'm just used to it at this point. So it is what it is. Only the fucking, like Francisco said, right? Time will reveal all posers and we'll all see as the time goes by. And it is what it is, right? So I know where I'll be. God damn, who the fuck's calling this fucking phone? Fuck off. Goddamn fucking anonymous number. Anyways, that's it for this one, Devils. You know what to do. As always, questions, comments, concerns, put them in there. Put some goddamn good questions in there, too. So like some Ricky Jones questions. He always got some goodies in there. Those type of questions. Come with some good shit. Anything, too. Throw it in there, and I'll get them answered bright and early. Later, goddammit.